Hey guys, welcome back to NiCE TV, and I am here with the infamous, the famous, the highly popular Oru from IDC. Welcome.
Thank you, Chris.
Welcome
it's
to
great
Interactions.
To be here.
It's such a cool thing
Absolutely.
to have you here.
Thank you.
So a lot going on. We're midway through the event. You know, what struck you? You know, what did you hear from the keynote? What stood out for you so far?
Okay, so there was a lot of things. I'm not surprised that it's all coming from NiCE, because NiCE has been at the forefront of trying new horizons, pushing the boundary. You know, you've been a pioneer and in the forefront of everything. So there has been a lot. But if I were to sort of like take the main point, I would say that I'm inspired by NiCE. I'm inspired by the energy, by the art of possibility, about the new things that can happen. And I don't know how you do it, but every year you manage to come back with new ideas and new innovations and more inspiration.
Yeah,
so I think that's my key takeaway.
Incredibly kind of you to say that. I was talking with Scott Russell, our CEO, earlier, just after his keynote, and we were talking about the energy. Like there's this, like it's bizarre because you really can feel the energy in the building, and it's amazing.
Absolutely. And I think at the end of the day, it's not really technology, right? It is the energy, it's people. And I think that's the message that came across very clearly. You're not talking technology. You're talking about human. You're talking about experience. You're actually making it more tangible, right? So when people sit there, they don't want to understand, you know, what sort of coding it's required, what sort of platform is needed. What they want to know is, what does this mean for me? And what will it do to my business? And how can I succeed?
So listen, Oru, I'm completely disappointed, if I'm not going to lie. You know, you literally are just like rounding out all of the things I wanted to ask you about that I didn't even get to ask the question. Let's talk a little bit about the brand, because you kind of just touched on that. You know, we just launched our brand. You're seeing all of the visuals come to life here at the event. But our new tagline is create a nice world, and it's about creating that human connection through customer experience, through CX and beyond, you know, through the power of our AI technology. When you hear create a nice world, whether business and your research that you're doing day to day, or whether it's in your home life, when you hear create a nice world, what does that mean to you?
I feel very encouraged. I feel reassured. I feel I'm in a safer place. And I think this is exactly what we need to hear now. And think about the broader context. Like, I have a young son, 23, he's looking for a job, and he can't find one, and he feels disheartened. And he's not alone. There are a lot of, you know, people his age who are feeling the same way, because there's so much happening to give you much hope. But when you hear something like create a nice world, it gives you hope, and that's exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah, so it's so
and that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, it's so interesting, because we've asked this question a lot, and it really does mean something to everyone, and it means something sometimes vastly different. Sometimes there's some subtleties in it, but when you hear that phrase, it invokes something in you. On what you think that looks like and feels like, and it's been really exciting to hear about that from our customers and so forth. But let's talk a little bit about what you're hearing from customers, right? You know, everyone knows your research. I mean, you are literally known around the globe for what you do. Incredibly respected, sought. You know, all of those amazing things. I was joking with you earlier about you being the queen of UC and CCAS, you know, around the world. But folks do. They come to you. They come to IDC for your viewpoints and your opinions. You know, let's talk a little bit about AI and CX. Like when you're having those conversations with our customers, our competitors' customers, hopefully our future customers, what are you hearing from customers these days about what they're looking for, what their expectation is when it comes to AI?
Right. So they're looking to transform. They're looking to go to the next level where they're able to meet customer expectations, but at the same time, they're also looking to get it right. While there is the thinking that we should be doing this, there's also a lot of nervousness around it. And they also realize that they're not quite there where they can make a sophisticated AI work for them. So I'll break that. So first of all, they're nervous and they need reassurance. But at the same time, what you also see is that they're laying the foundation for agentic AI. What are they doing? They're now focusing on consolidating their platform, consolidating their data. They're looking to build expertise, everything that you would need in order to make agentic AI work. Now, another interesting thing is, we have all heard about cloud, right? Everybody wanted to go to cloud. There was a lot of talk about cloud, but Europe has been somewhat behind North America when it
But
came
is
to
that
cloud.
still the case?
No, not anymore, but they have caught up. But the difference is, when it comes to AI, they're almost on par with North America. So there you don't see the difference, whereas you did see it for cloud. So they're really interested and curious about AI, and they want to make it work. But what you need to do is walk them through the process, reassure
let's
them.
talk about, interesting, because this is where I wanted to go. So, so one quick question, and then the more deeper question. A lot of concern, a lot of folks that are really trying to understand. Sit back and wait, or get started?
No, get started.
Yeah.
They're ready to get started. They just need somebody to help them through the process, make them understand what are the use cases, how they can apply them.
So that's where I get to the deeper question. So one of the things that we're seeing, right, is organizations are deploying AI capabilities in the mid-office and back office, not necessarily customer exposed, and then they're finding out how to get it right and how it works. And then once that they have that use case, one or two use cases under their belt, then it's, pedal to the metal, let's go. Is that what you're seeing? Is that what you're advising?
Well, that's how customers would be comfortable doing it.
Okay.
Take one thing at a time rather than, taking that leap. I was very inspired by that story from Lloyd's, where she said, well, we started last year with 3,000. Now it's 22,000 agents who are using it, right? So it didn't really take much time to accelerate, but I was quite taken aback by that number. It did hit me. I was like, oh, really? Within a year, from 3,000 to 22,000, that's a big jump. Not only it shows that it's working, but it also shows that you can scale it up. And once it starts working, it just starts rolling.
Yeah. Listen, it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
So glad that you've been able to join us here at Interactions 2025 here in your backyard. It's great to be here with you, and I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. It was lovely chatting with you.